Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, and what I'd like to do today is give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a smartphone or mobile app developer business plan. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going with my little PowerPoint presentation I got ready for y'all. So before we get into the tips and tricks for how to write a smartphone or mobile app development company, let me go ahead and give you some experience and background about myself. Again, my name is Paul Borosky, and I am a professional business writer. I write books, I write business plans, and I write books. Can't get enough of writing both. If you don't want to write your own business plan, it is a fun journey. It's enlightening, and it builds character. But if you want to partake, if you want to avoid that journey of writing your own business plan for a smartphone or mobile app, give me a call, send me an email, send me a text. I would be absolutely delighted to take that journey for you. Also, if you do want to go ahead and go down the beaten path of writing your own business plan for a mobile app development company, please jump over to Amazon and in the search bar, put my name, Paul Borosky, put an MBA behind it. And I do have several books written based on business plans and constructing your own financial models. So, if you do want to take that path, let me be your guide through the book method. And on a final note, just to solidify some of my experience, to give you all some comfort that I do know what I'm talking about. I am an adjunct professor and also a subject matter expert in business and finance, so I know what I'm talking about. And with that said, on the finance note, I do financial models. So if y'all need some financial projections for your well-written, well-constructed, and well-documented business plan, give me a call. I'd be delighted to help you with some of your financial projections. All right, infomercial is done. Let's talk tips and tricks on how to write your own smartphone or mobile app business plan. So tip number one is company description. A lot of smartphone and mobile app developer owners, they're engineers. A lot of them are engineers, software programmers, and very analytical, very detailed in describing how their process works, how their application works. They're good at identifying what the benefits are for the user, and they're excellent with describing the backend and also the GUI or the interface. They do a great job with all those components. However, one of the things that they forget to do, or they really don't drill down on, is the competitive advantage section. Why is it better than the other applications out there? Don't just focus on your application in the company description. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but also, take a look at the competitors. And what is your application going to do better? Is it going to be easier to use? Is there any competition out there? You're doing something so original with your application that you have no competition. So, let's make that as a competitive advantage. Is it secure? Is it more secure than the competitors? How about the price? When you're going to your app store, you're going to your Google or you're going to your Apple and you download it, there's a lot of apps out there that cost money. Is your product or is your application, is it compared with the feature to feature, is it fairly priced? If it is, fantastic, let's talk about it. So make sure you go into some details in your competitive advantage section as in addition to your other sections. Number two is industry research. A lot of smartphone and mobile app business owners, they're really good with analyzing their competition, and they'll go ahead and they'll take a look at the application, the competition, and they'll see how many downloads they have, and what their startup costs were, and with the seed funding and how much they've received. So they do some really in-depth research. However, a lot of smartphone and mobile app owners, they fail to take a look at the industry as a whole first, and then the competitor second. When I write my smartphone and mobile application business plans, the first thing I'm always going to do is I'm going to take a look at the industry first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump on the Mobile App Developer Magazine website. I'm going to jump on the App World Magazine website. I'm going to take a look at what are some of the trends going on in the industry. What are some of the technologies being used? What are some of the trends that customers are expecting from smartphone and mobile applications? Once I identify and understand those trends, I then encourage the business owners to then take a look at the competition and view the competition from the lens of the industry as a whole. Are your competitors using the most state-of-the-art technology? Are your competitors advertising, in similar manners as, the national trend is going? Are they embracing, easy to use formats as compared to what, customers are currently expecting? If they are, and you'll find some competitors that are, those are your true competitors, and you can then analyze those competitors, and then you're going to see other apps that are, they're just there they've been there for, 4 or 5 years, and, they're making their money, and the developers are moving on to, bigger and better things, and they're just leaving the application, where it is, and there's not very many updates. So that kind of competition, you really don't have to worry too much about. It's those other ones that are up to date and using the highest technology, and they're continually improving. Those are the ones you have to take a look at, and those are the ones that are your true competitors. So make sure when you do your industry research, first start with understanding the industry in its totality, and then use that lens as to evaluate your competition. Number 3, advertising. A lot of smartphone individuals, smartphone application and mobile app individuals, they're really good with their social media, but where they really fall a little bit, in my most humble opinion, is they don't do their own website, or their website is not nearly as technological advanced as compared to their application. So in other words, they put all their effort into the application, and they do a good job with advertising the application on social media, but the websites, they could be better. And, for the advertising tip for a mobile app developer and a smartphone app developer, I'm always stressing, make sure your website is up to snuff. You're a technology company, your website's got to be there. If it's not, people are going to take a look at your application. They're going to jump on the Apple. They're going to jump onto Apple. They're going to jump onto Google. And then they're going to Google you, or they're going to, run you through a search engine. They want to see your website. And excuse me, if your website is not where it needs to be, you're going to be losing customers. You're going to be losing downloads. So make sure your website is up to snuff with your mobile app development company. Tip number 4, funding. One of the things that really gets my goat is when I speak with an app developer and I ask them how much funding they need, and they give me a range. Well, it could be between $100,000 to $200,000. And my response is, that's one hell of a range you got there. Do I just pick a number in between there, or should we just start with one number and then move it to the next tomorrow, and then a third number the next day? I mean, give me some kind of a guidance here. You've given me a monstrosity of a range. And what I always tell them is, you know what? You need a number. You need a number. Just one number, not 2, not 4, not 7, one number. What is the number that you need to go ahead and get this application up and running, get it developed, and start, allowing your customers to start using it? And so when I write my funding request, that number, whatever it may be, is going to be in within the first 2 sentences of my funding request. I'm going to state explicitly how much money I need, whether it's $150,000 or $200,000. I'm going to state it to the penny. After I'm done stating how much money I'm going to need, I'm then going to go ahead and break the funding needs into categories. It's going to be application development. It's going to be for build out for the space. It's going to be training and hiring individuals. It's going to be for office equipment. So breaking into categories. But once you're done breaking it into categories, you're going to then total every category into a specific dollar amount, and that dollar amount needs to be identical to the funding request that you're asking for. That way, you are now aligned with your budget request is now aligned with the funding request. All right. Tip number 5, financial projections. How are you going to make a little bit of money? That's what we're talking about here. So mobile app revenues, here is just a nice little, it's very rudimentary, very basic revenue, profit and loss statement. However, it's crazy, incredibly efficient to help you best understand your price points and best understand what your fixed costs are and how they're going to interact. So for this right here, what I start with is I'm going to go ahead and start with the app sales. How many sales are you going to have? And then upgrades. You might have an upgrade. If somebody buys your app and they want to go ahead and get more features, they're going to pay for an upgrade. Variable costs. You're going to have transaction fees. So whatever your transaction fee from the credit card or for Apple, whatever the costs are, you're going to put that transaction fee right here. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to subtract your variable cost from your sales price, and that's going to give you your gross profit. Finally, you're going to then multiply your gross profit, whatever that may be, by the number of downloads you're going to have on a daily basis. So in this example, we expect 125 downloads, and the gross profit is going to be $9.96. That's going to give us a gross profit of $1,245. We're going to do the same thing for upgrades. Once we're done with that, we then add together all of our total gross profit lines. We're going to add that right here. So right for this example, we've got a estimated daily total gross profit of $1,392. Next, we're going to multiply however many days in the month by the total gross profit, and it's going to give us our monthly gross profit. Step number 1 complete. Step number 2, we are going to then do our monthly fixed cost. We've got a loan, $2,500. Development cost on a monthly basis, $1,500. Labor, $7,500. Space rental, $12,500. So just identify whatever your monthly fixed costs are and just list them and line them up. And always don't forget your miscellaneous. I have yet to see a business that's been able to identify to the penny every single fixed cost they're going to have. The catch-all is going to be your miscellaneous. Make sure you use a number for miscellaneous. Once you're done with that, add it all up and put it right here as your total, $32,000. Step number 2 complete. Now step number 3, all you're going to have to do is now you're going to be just figuring out what your net profits are. So you just label it right here on monthly profits, then label it monthly gross profits, and bring the monthly gross profits here, bring it down here, and then your monthly cost here, bring it down here. And next thing you're going to do is you're going to subtract your monthly cost from your monthly gross profits, is going to give you your net profits. Now, the beautiful thing about this structure, and there's so many beautiful things about this structure, but one of the big ones is now that you've got the structure complete, you can change your sales price, and it's going to automatically calculate your net profits. You can change your variable costs. Net profits automatically calculate. You can change the number of downloads. Boom, your net profits are going to change. You can change your fixed cost here, and your net profits are going to change. You can see what price points you need to be at in order to get to the profits you're looking for, just based on this simple, straightforward mobile app revenue structure. If you don't want to go through the aggravation of making up this, simple, straightforward, financial projection, not a problem. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to help and customize it however you like. All right, so in summary, when you're doing your mobile app or your smartphone application development company business plan, make sure to follow a proven format. You can get to SBA website and you can download a template there, but stay away from the general templates that you're going to find online, because those general templates, they're made for manufacturers. And guess what? A smartphone application development company, you're not going to have raw material costs. You're not going to have space that you're going to have to store your raw material. So there's going to be sections in the templates that are generalized. They're not going to be applicable to your business, and good luck in figuring out which ones are going to be applicable and which ones are not going to be applicable, because then you're going to have to go in there, you got to define it, you got to understand what each one of these sections are, do a little bit of research, and you do that over and over and over again. It's going to drain you emotionally, mentally, and every other way possible. So when you're looking for a structure, make sure you use a structure that is aligned with your business, smartphone application and mobile application development. Next is going to be, keep the star of the show is yours. Your application is your business. Yes, you might have a doctorate's degree in software engineering, and yes, you might be doing this for 15 years, and yes, you might have started 4 companies and sold them, and that's all fine and good and dandy. However, make sure the star of the show is the business. It's the business plan. It's all about the business. Make sure you talk about the company, make sure you talk about the application, make sure how it's going to benefit the customers, make sure you talk about the industry, make sure you talk about your financials, make sure you talk about your target market and your advertising, make sure you just, talk about the objectives that you wish to reach. All those things are important. Just make sure the business is the star of the show and not yourself. And finally, if y'all need a little bit of help writing up your smartphone app or your mobile app business plan, please give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I'd be delighted to go ahead and assist you in meandering through that wonderful process. All right. So if you do want to continue and write your own smartphone app and mobile app business plan, more power to you. 2 thumbs up. What you can do is you can go ahead and mosey on over to my website at qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a smartphone app business plan. And here's the title, How to Write a Smartphone App Business Plan. And in this website, you're going to find a lot more information, tips and tricks on how to write each one of the sections of the business plan. So it's going to be a lot more details for you to take a look at. And I do break it into sections that are common to a mobile application business plan. So it's going to help you out in that aspect. And also, if you want even more details for writing your own smartphone app or mobile application, a business plan, head on over to Amazon, www.amazon.com/author/Paul Borosky. And once you get here, I've got several books that are that I've published that will be able to help you write your own business plan or to understand your financials better. So there's a lot of information on that site as well. And hopefully this little video was helpful. And if you'd like to give me a thumbs up, and if you need some more information, visit me on my website. Thank you.